Hey guys, welcome back to Martin James Designs. All right, I'm stoked. If you guys love the content of like building motorcycles, working on cars, doing some fabrication, paint, powder coat, I'm gonna be doing all sorts of fun things. I'll be learning along the way. I'll be making some real cool stuff. So make sure you guys subscribe and like and check out all the content I got coming. But today, I figured I'd show you guys my entire powder coat setup. I just got it all completed, so I figured I'd give you guys a little tour around, show you the equipment I'm using, the gun, and all the other stuff I have set up for it. So let's get to it. Quick overview of the shop. This is going to be where I'm be building all the bikes. That's the Outcast. I have a whole build series on that. I just completed it a little while ago. This is the car lift area, compressor, welder in that back corner. All my bikes are here. I got a full bathroom, mechanical room in there. And then over in this corner, this is the entire area for my paint and powder coat. So I figured I'll just get right to it and start showing you guys kind of the setup and what I use. Okay, let's start with the Sandblast cabinet. So this is the SBC420 by Magnum. It's got the front load on it. So if you open it up here, it's fully set up so it can fit rims, frames, all sorts of things. It's got a full vacuum system, LED lighting. It works really good. I got it all set up nicely. So that's what I'm using to do all of my sandblasting. So this is the Devil Bliss. It's got a regulator and a water trap built into it. I've ran all my compressor lines in the walls all the way to the compressor, which is on the other side of the shop up there. It's a 2-stage Ingersoll Rand. And this is the hose I use for both the Sandblast cabinet. So I adjust it to 100 PSI. And then when I'm not using that and I'm using it for the powder, I just adjust it accordingly. I'm running about 60 to my machine. And then out of there, I have a regulator separate. So I'll kind of go over that after. This is my parts washing station from King Canada. It's pretty generic. They're all pretty much the same. Got a little pump on it. I got an extra basket there and all the solvents in it. So it's for cleaning and scrubbing parts to start. Got a little wash sink over here and a cart that I like to roll around. So this is moving. I can use this all around the shop, but I just put it here out of the way. And then if you head into here, this is the area where I store basically anything to do with powder coat. So from the guns, Columbia Coatings, they sell this 1 pound containers, and these can thread right into the hoppers on the actual gun itself right there. So all I need to do is just clean the hopper out, and I can use these containers. I've got them all labeled. If I have all different types of powders, I just use the prismatic powder label. So it actually tells you Bentley Blue, all the different kinds, Psycho Lime, and I have a whole bunch of them, all different colors. And then this is the 2 pound hopper if I'm going to be using a lot of generic colors like Clear Vision, Matte Black, or Ink Black, things like that. So that's why I've got them labeled this way, because I have full 5 pound bags down here. So whenever these 1 pound hoppers run out, then I just keep filling them up. So I have probably 40 colors that I've been using, just a little bit, just a small 1 pound ones, and just to test them out. And then I'll pull all this stuff out and I'll kind of give you guys a rundown on what I got going on here. So here's some of the material I use. This is the high temp tape that I can use to mask off any parts I don't want powdered. I got a bunch of different hooks here. And then these are all of the Columbia Coatings. They have a whole plug kit. They also have a cap kit, so you can cover any threads on any nuts that are, or bolts that are showing. So I got the full kits of that. I've just been using this 16 gauge metal wire if I'm not using hooks, but I also have these big metal hooks for when I'm hanging bigger parts. And then I'm using this infrared gun. It seems to work really good. Just got it on Amazon just to check the temperature of the parts before I start the timer. So that's kind of all of that stuff. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys the custom booth I built, the custom powder coat rack I built, and then give you guys a little rundown on the oven and then the new gun that I'm using. Okay, here's the custom powder coat booth. If you guys haven't seen how I built this, go check it out. I made a full video on it. I also made a full video on this custom powder coat rack that I built as well. So this is a 7x4x4 booth with 4 LED lights. And then it's got 1400 CFM with 2 fans that are full variable speed. And just on with a light switch. So that works awesome. Then I have the full metal rack that I built here. And over here, I got extra bars that I've put in that you can remove. So if you're adding a whole bunch of small parts, you can put them 2 tiers. And then if you got bigger parts, you can just hang them with all different eyelets. I got it on wheels, just metal casters, so it rolls. So it's been working really good for me. I just have to grab the grinder every once in a while and grind all the powder off just to make sure I have a good ground. But yeah, it's been working amazing for me. And then over here, this is what I've just purchased from Eastwood. I've had it for about maybe a month now. It's awesome. It's a 4x4x6 hot coat oven. It's got full parameter controls, everything, heat fan. You can adjust the temperature right there. It goes up to like 450. And then in the oven, it's got these big latches. It's awesome. It's huge. You just roll that cart right in there. It fits perfect. So I pretty much designed it so it fits perfect in there. Rolls in no problem. Got lots of space, 3 elements. It's got a fan so it totally moves the heat around evenly. It's also got a really good accurate thermometer there so I can see the temperature that the oven's at. So I've been using that. It's been going really well for me. I got a little timer here. Just set the magnetic timer. And then now over here is the newest gun that I just set up. I used to use the Eastwood single voltage powder coat gun, the very basic one, and I used that for a bit, but I do want to keep on getting into doing lots of powder coating, so I went and got the good gun, well, a better gun. So this is the Kool Coat 2.0. I just went and set this thing all up. I just put a little bit of plumbing pipe, ABS, created a little hook, and then this is where the 1 pound hopper goes. I just be able to put it in here, just put a little cap on that so it holds it. And I've got the full supply tube, the rubber tube that goes from the gun to the hopper, and then there's the air line that goes back to this unit. So this is the 2.0. It goes up to 100 kVs. It's fully adjustable with your regulator, and it's got this pulse wave selection. So if you want to be able to get in really tight corners or hard areas, you can just hit this and it helps with that. And then this is kind of all my samples, different colors I have. There's my oven mitts and some adapters and things like that. So this little rolling cabinet seems to work really good. And then this is something I added. I picked up, this is a welder clamp that I grabbed from Home Depot, and a 6-gauge wire. I think I got like 15 feet of it. And it was absolutely a shitty job, but I drove this 3/4 inch grounding rod 6 feet into the ground, drilled a hole through the concrete and pounded that 6 feet into the ground. So now I have an amazing ground that works so good. Now that this setup is completely dialed in, everything's smooth sailing now. So I'm going to be creating a whole bunch of cool things coming out of the shop. So make sure you guys stay tuned. All right, now that you've seen the setup, let's test this gun out and see how it works. Wow. Coming from the Eastwood, it was actually only a single voltage gun, and the stock ground. Powder coating with this new gun is insanely different. It just sucks the powder right on. It's super consistent. It gets in all the tight areas. This is pretty impressive. I'm stoked. This is ready to go in the oven. Matte black prismatic powders. All right, guys, thanks for checking out my whole powder coat setup. It's perfect for a hobby garage or even starting a small business. I got it set up that works for me. It fits well in the shop where I can still do all sorts of other cool things and not just dedicate the whole shop just to powder. So it's pretty flexible the way I've got it designed. I can still move around and still use the shop for tons of other things. So make sure you guys subscribe, like, leave a comment, ask any questions that you have, and I'm going to start this bike right there. That one right there. That's going on the lift. It's empty. It's next up. So stay tuned.